Welcome to Fortune Cookies Tarot. I'm Annabelle. I'm a tarot practitioner and psychic for over 35 years. And in this video, we are going to be talking about Catherine, the Princess of Wales, and that glorious tiara. I'll be right back. So let's talk about the state dinner. Holy moly. Did they not look like the king and queen already? I'm just saying, they looked fabulous. William and Catherine, the Prince and Princess of Wales, shone bright like a diamond at the German state dinner. So I know that Prince Charles King Charles, sorry guys. I know King Charles and Queen Camilla were both there as well. One thing I did want to point out was that I saw some solidarity, and I love, because I just did a reading on a potential kerfuffle between the Princess of Wales and Queen Camilla. But I saw some solidarity in their color schemes that they chose for the actual reception of the German representatives. So they both wore shades of blue. So I think, and I know Camilla, her color is blue. Catherine looks spectacular in blues. So as a brunette, you know, we do look good in blues. Bruises? No, not bruises. Blueses. So we look really good in blues. But I want to talk about that tiara. The Jenny Packham dress was fabulous. I think she should wear Jenny Packham dresses all the time. I know they can't stick with one designer like that. They have to be fair, but that dress was chef's kiss. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So welcome, welcome, welcome. If it's your first time here, glad to have you here. If you're a regular viewer, this is going to be one of your favorite topics. So let's talk a little bit about this tiara. So I've got some information pulled up. So the tiara that she wore was the Queen Victoria's Oriental Circlet tiara. This is a pretty grand tiara. It featured 2,600 diamonds, and it was originally designed by Prince Albert for Queen Victoria in 1853. It is a significant royal heirloom. It was chosen for the German state visit because it reflects the royal family's connection to the German royal lineage. So definitely an interesting selection for the state dinner that was held in honor of German President Frank-Walter Steinmeier. So beautiful, beautiful tiara. Now, I know my friend Avid Gardner was talking about possibly seeing the Vladimir tiara make an appearance, because allegedly that was the one that the other woman that is married to the king's other son, I'm not even going to mention her today. I know there's the Christmas special. We'll talk about that later. But the tiara originally had opals in the setting. So I do think they're replaced with rubies. I think she had rubies in there. They were a very blushy kind of pink stone, and ruby is my birthstone, so I hope they were rubies. But if you guys know what they were, down in the comments, let me know. I'm going to have her our beautiful Princess of Wales is going to be on the thumbnail. I'll keep the Prince of Wales on there too, but gosh darn it, she really shone like a diamond, didn't she? She is a queen already, as far as I'm concerned. So let's look at the energetic context of this tiara, because it is one of the larger tiaras. It is a very significant tiara, unlike the other ones that Catherine has worn. I think this is the fifth tiara that she has worn, and I hope she starts to wear this a lot more. She also, we're going to take a quick peek at her earrings, because they were earrings that were favored by the late Queen Elizabeth II. So I'm going to pull up the card view. Make sure you hit that like button when I do that, and let YouTube know that you like my stuff. and you want to see more of it. So subscribe if you haven't and hit that bell so that you get notifications. So after this, I am going to go live at some point today. And then after that live, I will be live on Hipsy. So if any of you want to get an instant reading from me, you can come visit me on Hipsy. I've been getting a lot of traction on there this week, and I'm pretty excited about it. So go on over there, show me some love. If it's your first time on Hipsy, not your first time getting a reading with me, but your first time on Hipsy, there's 75% off the first 10 minutes. And I do have my rate very, very low in the scope of the other psychics that are on there. So I'm having some fun with that. So context of the tiara. What is the choosing of this tiara going to do energetically for our Princess of Wales? Tower in reverse. This is a significant changing event. It is a changing event for her. How so? Ooh, she is letting her voice be heard. She is stepping in, and I think making some grand choices. No more the Princess of Wales. This is a very interesting energetic change that she's about to make. So long have I been discussing with everybody's favorite sub, Dave Murphy, that we are likely in or headed toward a soft regency. This tiara is marking more significant power bestowed upon the Waleses. Now, one of the things when we are looking at tarot, in the pictures in the Rider-Waite deck, individuals that have larger headwear, crowns, those sort of things. We see it in the Hierophant. The Hierophant has a very large headpiece. We see it in some of the pips, some of the lesser cards, but having a larger headpiece indicates more power, more intellectual power. So I think the Waleses are coming out from behind this curtain of safety, and they are really stepping into their power here with that Magician card, specifically Catherine. I think Catherine made a very, very loud statement with the selection of this particular tiara. Is it going to be received well? Is this kind of jumping the gun, so to speak, for the monarchy? I think some people are going to see it like that. This 10 of Cups in reverse indicates that. Well, let's go a little bit further. She does not like the transformation of time. She is trying to stop. This is the Death card there in reverse. She is trying to stop that fullness of time from happening. She is quite fond of the king, and I don't think she is anxious to get into that position today. And the king is very fond of Catherine, the Princess of Wales, as well. But here, I do think that she is less than enthusiastic. Some people would be very enthusiastic about the transition of power, and even a transition of soft power in a soft regency. I think she is reluctant to take it on, but we're going to ask who made the decision on this particular tiara. I'm wondering if it was someone else who assisted her in that decision. Here, others are seeing it. Tens, I want you guys to know the tens are completion and moving on to the next phase. So here, not very happy about moving on to the next phase, also coming from her, reluctant to go on to the next phase here. But the external forces, the time is nigh. The time is nigh to transition to another source of power. So we'll see what comes in the next few weeks. Hopes and fears. The fear is that the emperor will fall, that the emperor is losing his power, and the final outcome, Wheel of Fortune in reverse, does not surprise me, because I don't think that anyone in the power grid of the monarchy right now is very enthusiastic about a change of monarch. I don't think anyone's very enthusiastic about that. So very interesting. Was there input about the choice of her tiara. Yes, there was some subtle nudging. Page of Wands, Four of Pentacles, and the Queen of Wands, or Queen of Cups. I think that the King and Queen urged her to have a more dramatic tiara. The royal family doesn't do anything without a little bit of subtle hints there. And I think the choice of color for the Queen and the Princess was to show some solidarity, meeting with the German representatives. And I think the selection of this tiara, and I didn't see what Camilla wore on her head, that is. I think the choice of this tiara, they did want her to stand out. They wanted William and Catherine to stand out as the heir apparents, even if that's happening at a faster rate than we're expecting. So, what does this particular tiara symbolize energetically? It does symbolize a chaotic transition. I hate to say that. That's not to say that the transition itself is chaotic or dramatic, but I think it is an unwanted transition. That is what we're seeing here. I think Catherine possibly felt a little bit guilty about such a display, such a forward display, but we got to do what we got to do as the time marches on. My grandfather used to say time and tide, wait for no man. So unfortunately, I think this is a time and tide, wait for no man kind of, or king situation. So let's take a look at William's emotional landscape, because he didn't get to wear a big fancy tiara, but he looked handsome as always, looked very regal and noble. Has William's emotional landscape. The Wheel of Fortune, Hangman in reverse, Queen of Cups in reverse, the Three of Wands, Empress in reverse, and the Ace of Cups. I think he's a little more pragmatic about this. And I think that he understands that there is a change that is happening, and he is appropriately mournful or sad about it. But I don't think that he overtly wants to step to the fore just yet. I think he is a little reluctant to step to the fore here and wants to keep this pregnancy under wraps. I'm not saying that Catherine's pregnant. This is the pregnancy of his monarchy. He wants to keep that under wraps. So that's okay. We're not announcing it yet. We're going to make sure that we keep everybody nice and cool. We're still working as a collective. And I do think it's a power of three in the monarchy right now. I think it is William, Catherine, and the king. I think they are working in concert. I know that's a Meghan Markle saying, but it was mine first. It was mine first. So I think they are working in concert as protectors of the realm. So Camilla, I think, takes a backseat to this. I don't think she jumps in front of too much. So I think William is managing as best he can. He's absolutely keeping his work under wraps. He is keeping the efforts to take some food off his father's plate, some work off his father's plate, not food. He didn't take food off his father's plate at the dinner, but taking some work off his father's plate. I think he's keeping a lot of that under wraps. He does not want anyone to know the weakness of the king. Physical, not ideological, but how is King Charles doing? How is King Charles doing? Still there. Lovers, he's got great support. he is going to allow them to step to the fore as a unified pair. So I think more and more of his responsibilities are going to be reduced as we approach the fullness of time. So a little melancholy, this reading, a little sad, but death comes to all. I hate to be like that. And the transition of the monarchy, I think, is sooner than we would like it to be, but we are going to have an amazing monarch step in. I have long said that I thought King Charles, his coronation was a much more low-key event because they were saving the funds for Williams. I think they were expecting to have that transition, and they really want that to be a pumped up transition and coronation. That is something that I want to travel to the United Kingdom for. I want to go for his coronation.
England.
I think that is going to be amazing. So we'll see. We'll see how soon that is. But I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you thought of that amazing Oriental tiara, the Queen Victoria Oriental tiara. I thought it was amazing. If you have any thoughts or comments on it, you can drop them in here, and let's see if we get another tiara sometime soon. So thank you so much, subscribers, clients, everyone. You guys are great. My Hipsy app is going to be open a lot of the time. So if you want to get instant readings, you can just pop over there. The link is in the description of this video. My Calendly link is also there, so you can jump on there and book readings at any time. But until my live a little bit later on today, I will see you guys in the future.